In this video, I've partnered with QuickBooks Online to teach you about bank reconciliation, what it is, why you do it, and how to do it as quickly as possible. So every day, QuickBooks syncs your bank account and credit card transactions into your transactions page. Reconciliation makes sure that the bank statements and QuickBooks always show the same data. If they don't, you risk misreporting your income and your expenses, which can make for angry investors, employees, and tax collectors. Head to the link down in the description below to get started. Sign into your account if you have one, and if not, click on See Plans and Pricing. You can perform reconciliation on every plan, but the Plus and Advanced plans have some new AI power behind them. Stay tuned because we'll cover reconciliation with both cases, with AI and without it. Let's start reconciling by checking our transactions for the last month. Click on the accounting button in the header to see your transactions. Here we have last month's transactions for David's Donut Den, which is my donut shop. In order to reconcile these, I need to post them first. That means reviewing each transaction, setting its category and vendor or customer if applicable, and then clicking Post. If you want to learn more about categorizing transactions, check out this video in the top right. Next, go to your bank account and download the bank statement for the month you want to reconcile. Here's my bank statement. Make sure yours has a transaction list like you see here. That'll come in handy later. Back in QuickBooks Online, open up the accounting menu again and then click on Reconcile. If you have the Plus or Advanced plan, you'll see this area to upload that bank statement. We'll start without the AI help first because most of you won't have access to it. But if you have AI access, check out this timecode of the video to get a walkthrough. Here we go. QuickBooks asked for the statement ending balance as well as the statement ending date. To make this easier, let's put the statements side by side. There's a cool trick in Chrome to put two tabs on screen at the same time. Right-click on the second tab and then click New Split View with Current Tab. Now we can get the ending balance that looks like $28,693 and change. And the statement ending date is November 30th, 2025. Easy enough so far, right? Let's click Start Reconciling to continue. Let's readjust our views here. This is getting a bit messy. There we go. So the goal on this page is to make this value say $0. It's not $0 right now because the QuickBooks transactions don't match up to the bank statement. This is a pretty normal occurrence, so we just have to figure out why it's happening. To do that, start by scrolling all the way right in this transaction list and then unchecking every transaction. Next, we'll only check the transactions if they appear in the bank statement. First up is Sweet Ads Media for $1,500. We see that on the bank statement on that second row where it says Sweet Ads Media and then $1,500 in the debit column. Always make sure that the amount matches up before you check a transaction. Now, let me go through the rest of this list and show you the results. Turns out there was one QuickBooks transaction that wasn't in the bank statement, so I've left it unchecked. And this last line item for interest earned was not in the QuickBooks list. That's why we still have a difference of $50.17. Now, this could be a syncing issue between your bank and QuickBooks, so always check that first. But if you can't get that transaction to show up, you can always enter it by hand. To do that, click the Create button that appears in the top right or appears in the left menu. We want to create a bank deposit to represent that interest. But if we were missing an expense, we'd create an expense instead. Let's continue with the bank deposit. First, make sure you select the correct account. Then we'll copy data from the bank statement to this transaction, starting with the transaction date on November 30th, the description, which gets entered as a new line item here, and the exact amount that we saw on the bank statement. Finally, you fill in account with the type of income. Don't get this confused with a bank account, otherwise you're going to screw things up. Click Save and Close, and we're back to the reconciliation. That deposit now shows up at the bottom of the transaction list, and I'll check it to reach our goal, $0 up top here. Before we finish, you might be wondering why the city utilities payment didn't show up in our bank statement. The most common reason is that a customer hasn't cashed a check that you paid them. Once they do, we can reconcile this transaction. From here, click Finish Now to complete the reconciliation. Next, I'll teach you AI-powered reconciliation. But if you don't have access to it, skip to this time code where I teach you how to fix one of the most common reconciliation problems. Now, this AI product is in beta as of filming, but in my experience, it works pretty well. Instead of filling in the ending balance and the statement ending date by hand, I can drag and drop the bank statement directly into QuickBooks Online. Then QuickBooks extracts all the information from the bank statement to make reconciliation a breeze. It read the ending balance and ending date just fine. Now I'll click on Start Reconciling. Our goal here is to make this number reach 0. That means that the QuickBooks transactions match the bank statement. We've got a discrepancy because it looks like we have one more payment in QuickBooks than on the bank statement and one less deposit. So we're on the lookout for a payment of $12.20 and a deposit of $50. To fix this, we look down below at the transaction log. Every row is a single transaction. The bold text is what's on the bank statement, and the plain text is what QuickBooks has. The AI extracts this transaction from the bank statement and clears it against the QuickBooks one. So let's find some that aren't cleared. Looks like the city's utility payment is only in QuickBooks. To get advice on what to do next, click on the AI icon. The accounting agent says this wasn't on your bank statement, so you need to uncheck it. Then it looks like this interest payment didn't come to QuickBooks. I'd first check if this is a syncing problem between QuickBooks and your bank, but if it's not, you can follow the advice of the accounting agent and add the transaction directly. Click the link and QuickBooks takes care of everything for you. This plain text line now appears, signifying that it is in QuickBooks, but we can't reconcile this transaction until we post it. This is your chance to review what the agent has done. You'll come back to the bank transactions page where you can review the category and then post it. Then reopen the main menu and click on Reconcile, then click on Resume Reconciling to keep going. With that transaction posted, everything is now in sync. Click Finish now and give yourself a pat on the back. Now, what happens if you try to reconcile and you see this scary error? This means that something has happened to a transaction you previously reconciled. Fortunately, in this latest version of QuickBooks, you can click We can help you fix it for a report to track down those transactions. It looks like there was an expense for $165 that was deleted. To see that expense, click the View link under History. Here are the details. It was a November expense for $165 for merchant processing fees. Unfortunately, we can't just undo the deletion. You have to recreate the expense by going to the Create menu and then clicking Expense. Make sure you copy all the relevant information to paste in here, including the payee, who is Card Pro, the description of the expense, the amount, the category, which is merchant account fees, and don't forget about the payment date. Fill in other fields if you'd like, and then click Save and Close. Now head back to the reconciliation page by going to Accounting, then Reconcile. You might think you're not on the right path, but don't worry, you are. There's just one more step we have to complete, and that's to re-reconcile the last statement. So I'll set the goal balance and the statement ending date. I'll click Start Reconciling once again. And yes, it's fine to do it without AI. I'll check the expense I just added and remove the other expense, which we know doesn't apply. Then I'll click Finish Now. And when we head back to the reconciliation page, the error is gone. See, that wasn't so scary. If you're new to QuickBooks Online, make sure to check out that link in the description to get a discount off your first 3 months. I'm David, and I'll see you in the next video.